Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. What I'm going to do today is I want to thank all my subscribers that have subscribed to me. I like you guys. I love you guys. You're the greatest. I read all the comments, just so you know. I've tried to answer a lot of them, but I do read every one of them, even if I don't answer them. I read them. Believe me, I do. What I want to do is, since I hit the 500 mark, I wanted to just tell a little bit about myself so you kind of know, who I am and all. This won't be long. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. My dad was in the Air Force, so I was considered a military brat. Therefore, that meant a lot of moving around for me. So to start with, it was Illinois, Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. And then I've been overseas to Alaska and Japan. I learned how to sew in the 7th grade. I had saved all my babysitting money up, and after the year that I learned how to sew, I bought my first Kenmore sewing machine. It had the 23 cams, if any of y'all have that. I got the cabinet and the stool, the total package, and it was like top of the line at Sears. My dad took me, and it cost me $185 for all of that. I made my clothes in high school after my sewing class, and that was back when you didn't wear any kind of pants to school. That was when girls still had to wear dresses or skirts. My last semester of high school is when they permitted girls to wear pants, and boy, after that none of the girls wore dresses or skirts. I went to college later in life, I guess you'd say. Later in life, I sound like an old person. Oh, wait a minute, I am an old person. I went to college when I was in my 40s, graduated in 1999. The first time that I ever had a pet, she chose me. It was a little silver poodle. Her name was Shantae. One of our family members had used her for breeding, and they were getting out of the breeding business, and their daughter had grown up and was moving away from home, going to college. So they had gotten rid of they had sold off their last litter, and they brought her with them when they came to visit. Supposed to be my sister's dog, but for some reason she attached herself to me. So that's how I got my very first pet. At this point, my granddaughter had never had a pet, so I told her she could pick out the pet. It would live here at my house, but she could pick it out. So we went and we got ourselves a Doberman. We named her Josie. Had her for 9 years. She just had to be put down a couple years ago. She got bone cancer. Then after I had Josie, somebody out at work had a dog, and they asked me if I wanted him. Up to that point, I'd never had an indoor male dog or any male dog. All our dogs were always females. So I said I would take him home, and if he got along with Josie, then I'd keep him. And I just happened to be on vacation, took him home, and they hit it off right off the bat. So I kept him. Then found out that there was another little dog available, and her name was Lainey. She's the Yorkie. But when I moved here, I brought my little Yorkie named Maggie, and I had her here in this state for a few years, and she passed away. Therefore, I had been looking for a Yorkie after I got Josie, but then I acquired Dewey. So then I found out about this Yorkie, so I went ahead and I took her. Then I managed to acquire 2 cats. So by now I have 2 rescued dogs. Josie, who we actually purchased. And so I said, if we're going to get a kitten, then we need to rescue a kitten. I just didn't want to get a kitten. So I found a rescue organization, and we went and met the lady that had all these kittens, and she said it would be best that I took 2 instead of 1 so that they could have each other. I said, okay, that sounded good. And of course I took my granddaughter with me because she loves animals also. And so she picked out the cats. We came home with 1. The other one that we had chose was a little bit sickly, so we were waiting for it to get better. Time went by, it never really got better, so we went ahead and chose another kitten. Ended up getting the first kitten's sister. So we have a couple of sisters. They don't roam the house at this point. They stay down in the basement. I do let them come up occasionally. I have a cat tower downstairs for them as well as up here. And the downstairs is the entire size of my house, so they've got a great big huge room. I have a lot of toys down there. They're always making noises. We go down all the time, so it's not like they're lonely. They always eat their meals up here. They socialize. Dewey gets anxious when they're up here. Lainey just ignores them. So the dying question is, how did you get into YouTube? I got into YouTube because of a coworker. Of course, everybody out at work knows that I sew. I've made things, I've given things away, and they ask questions. Every time I talk about sewing, they ask, well, what does that mean? Or what does this mean? Or can you show me? And that kind of thing. And this coworker said I needed to get on YouTube and show people because I explained it so well. So that's what I did. So as Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, click that little bell so you get notices, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. One last thing.
We don't have the accent. Y'all have an accent.